BMW Mini Rallycross Championship has given us a very jumbled season with a different winner every time out. What's going to happen here at Croft? After qualifying, Chris Hudson topping the points from David Bell and Martin Hawks. Bradley Durdin 4th, Andrew Hawks 5th, ahead of the Coupe des Dames, Leanne Sedgwick, Drew Bellaby and then Frankie Helliwell, with Sarah Upton the next driver in the line. We're ready for the restart of the final here at Croft. 6 laps ahead of us, but we've lost Chris Hudson because of an accident that stopped the race before. David Bell and Martin Hawks should be there. Bradley Durdin, Andrew Hawks on row 2. Then Leanne Sedgwick, Drew Bellaby, who's been a winner this year, and Frankie Helliwell at the back of the grid. We get ready for 6 laps of action. The lights blink green. David Bell was the winner here on the championship's first visit. What's going to happen this weekend? On the outside line is Martin Hawks, the reigning champion, but he gets out-dragged. Through the spray they come down to a very slippery Clairvaux corner, and it's David Bell who leads the pack as they turn through that right-hander. On the outside line, Martin Hawks tries to muscle his way alongside Brad Durdin. Hawks gets all sideways. On the inside comes Andy Hawks in the green and black car, and the two brothers switch over. Drew Bellaby is next then, up towards the chicane for the first time, and despite the mirror drooping off the left-hand side, David Bell it is that leads the pack. Onto the loose. Can he get away from Bradley Durdin, who for the moment, as he comes through the impromptu water splash, is staying with him. Then the Hawks brothers are side by side. Look, round the outside tries to come Martin. Is he going to get his place back? Let's see. They break for the hairpin. No, he's going to go too wide. He finds all of the mud. Get into that boggy earth and you just have all the pace of the car sucked out of it. Hawks through the hairpin. But Andy Hawks, his brother, is now ahead. So Martin Hawks from the outside of the front row, losing a place. And now look, it's getting 3 for the race lead. They splash their way across the loose. And Bradley Durdin is doing a great job of getting up behind it, then he loses it. Suddenly the car aquaplanes. I was about to say, sitting in the spray with limited visibility, he's doing a great job of closing on balance. Suddenly the car snaps away. He's all over the grass. And Bradley Durdin tries to get himself back on track. The man that's 3rd in the championship has lost 1 place, but it could have been a whole lot worse for him. He stays ahead of Martin Hawks, who in turn is ahead of Drew Bellaby here. Through they turn, out of the chicane. Martin Hawks fights on. Drew Bellaby looking for a way by. As ever, lots of drama in the minis, but David Bell looking to be the first double winner of the season. It was Kiefer Hudson that won at Silverstone, Bradley Durdin at Lyndon. David Bell here earlier on in the year. Chris Hudson won one of the 2 Pembrey races and Drew Bellaby the other. Neither of the Hudsons on the grid for this restarted final here at Croft. Martin Hawks out of the hairpin, and through the puddles go Andrew Hawks and the recovering Bradley Durdin. Down now towards Clairvaux. David Bell through another huge water splash on the inside at the clipping point for Clairvaux. He leads the way. Hawks is 2nd, and Durdin, after his huge spin of a while ago, is 3rd and doing his best to fight back. Bradley Durdin into the chicane. The man that won at Lyndon earlier on in the season, and that was another rather mixed conditions day. Is he going to be able to find a way past Andy Hawks? I think the answer is yes, because he's got the run. Has he got the inside line? No, he can't really draw up alongside. He seemed to have the momentum coming out of the chicane, but Hawks able to hang on to that place. And all of this is just a godsend for David Bell. He's getting further and further away up the road now. Hawks hooks a wheel over the curb. That curb put in a couple of years back to try and stop people corner cutting. There's also that big marker tyre there. But even so, if people do push the tyre back and then get a wheel over the curb, they just dig out another trench. Here is Hawks, and Bradley Durdin has got the momentum. Look at the mud that's thrown into his face. You can see the screen go brown and then clear again as the wipers work overtime. He cannot find a way through, but Bradley Durdin is doing a great job in absolutely awful visibility here. There's spray, there's mud. He's got the door window down to try and get some air in and stop the car from steaming up inside. So life inside number 96 is not exactly pleasant. It'll be cold and wet as well as not being able to see a great deal. Out of the chicane, Drew Bellaby is 4th now, and she is drawing nearer to them. Across the loose. Again, this is where Durdin seems to have the speed, and this time he tries the outside line. Is this going to work for him? Let's see. Again, all the mud thrown into his face. The wipers working overtime, but he runs out wide. He's understeering very, very, very wide indeed. Where is Bellaby in all of this? Through on the inside. Bradley Durdin stuck in the mud effectively on the outside line, and so his increasingly grubby car loses a place. While all this is going on, David Bell is clearing the race lead, and Andrew Hawkes is second. Drew Bellamy now keeping Bradley Durden at bay, but for how much longer? Through the car wash on the inside of Clairvaux, that huge puddle. Bradley Durden all over the back of Bellamy, looking for the inside line, but can't find a way through. In the spray now, up towards the right at Hawthorne. Bradley Durden again showing he's got the speed. Andrew Hawkes getting a bit sideways, and Durden goes for the inside line, approaching the chicane, trying to prise open the door. Hawkes being caught by both of them, Drew Bellamy and then also Bradley Durden, right onto the tail of Andrew Hawkes now. Can Bellamy prevail where Durden did not? She tries the outside line, that doesn't work. Now again she's got the problem with the visibility, going for the inside line. Where is Durden in all of this? Has he got back up into third? No, but he's trying to, down to the hairpin. There's the gap on the inside. Is there a little bit of a nudge? Well, if there was, Drew Bellamy saves it, and it's still just Andy Hawkes hanging on to that second place as they come now out of the hairpin. 1 lap to run over the timing line. Way out clear is David Bell, and it's battle on for second and third and fourth places, and Bellamy has got a problem because she slows, and Bradley Durden pounces and goes back up into third position now. Out of the chicane comes the car of Sarah Upton in as a reserve. There is David Bell, who is on target for a seemingly easy win, but really he has had a good advantage through the visibility. For the first time in the race he's got bad visibility, and that's because of the back marker ahead of him. He's struggling in fact to get through on the inside line here. David Bell up behind Sarah Upton, slides out wide and sort of recovers, but he's all over the grass on the inside now. Is that because he's got a problem, or is he genuinely struggling to see? Sarah Upton gets sideways, there's almost contact with the race leader. David Bell gets forced out wide. There's more contact as the back marker clatters into the tail of him, but David Bell is on target for a race win. But look at the way the gap has come down right at the very end. David Bell survives, but only just from Andy Hawkes. David Bell wins for the second time this season here at Croft. Andy Hawkes it is that takes second, and Drew Bellamy comes home third. Bradley Durden in the end in fourth place. For the championship, it is David Bell now ahead of Bradley Durden. Martin Hawkes third, from Drew Bellamy, Kiefer Hudson and Leanne Sedgwick in sixth. Confirmation of the race results. James Harrold it is who takes the win ahead of Steve Cousins and then Gary Dixon. Stuart Bowes 4th from Steve Bowie and Ian Biaggi in 6th. In the championships, James Harrold heads the way in the Super Retro division ahead of Gary Dixon and Paul Easterbrook. And in Retro Rallycross, it's Steve Cousins who leads the way, 3 points to the good. Martin, these are your wild links because your email scripty thing has come after I've done most of them. So here goes at 10:01:30. A cracking season last year, but 2018 looks bigger and better. Jim Earlham didn't qualify as a race result. Don't know where that is. I'll have to look him up later. 12:35. The next rung on the Caterham Motorsport ladder is the 270R, an evolution of the mighty road-going road sport. So for race 2 of the 270R's, pole position goes to enthusiastic race 1 winner Jay McCormack. Second on the grid, another Caterham enthusiast, Pete Walters. So from the road sports to the top flight of the Caterham ladder in a different chassis, the 420R.